Y'all, I'm gonna try and be calm while I make this video. Just keep watching.
Just rejected a guy in Kroger, and the security guard had to escort me outside for safety to my car. Story time. Real story. That just happened just now. I'm literally shaking. So if my word is mumbling, that's because I'm still trying to process what just happened to me. So I simply went to Kroger, minding my business, to go get some fruits and some veggies to prep my meal for me and my kids. And I noticed that there were two guys around just lurking. They really wasn't doing anything. But because I have my baby, my focus immediately start paying attention to their asses. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to be judging people. They might just be doing their own thing, but I'm still going to keep an eye. It is sad that we have to do this as women, but again, your intuition is never wrong. So don't ignore it when you feel like something is up. So while I was minding my business, picking up my fruits and stuff with my baby in the cart, one of the guys just kept passing my cart. And I was like, okay, this is weird, but he was picking up some bananas. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're fucking shopping. That's what I'm thinking. So as I left the fruit aisle to go pick up some yogurt, one of the guy pat me on my shoulder, and I turned around. And, well, I didn't know it was one of them, but when they pat me on my shoulder, I turned around and I noticed it was him. And I said, hi. And he said, hi.
One thing I cannot stand is when you are in the public and someone thinks, especially a man thinks he can put his hands on you to get your attention. Now, I can count on one hand how many times this happened. That doesn't really happen to me that much. But that's something like that happens in like Jamaica, because Jamaica, the culture, but in America, you don't be putting to get hands on nobody unless you have a really good reason to do that. You're trying to get their attention. Hey, you drop something, or you really have to talk to that person about whatever. But you don't put your hands on a woman because you want to talk to her. That's disrespectful.
And he proceeded to ask me, where is the cocoa in the store? And I said, I don't know where's the cocoa. I don't know. And I was like, maybe you can ask somebody in the front. And he was like, so can I have your number? And I said, no, I'm sorry. You cannot have my number. And I started pushing my cart.
So right there, a lot of times us women, we're saying sorry. Why are we saying sorry? Don't be sorry. These men, they smell weakness and they like that. And then they prey on that weakness. You have to be very assertive with these guys, very confident and masculine sometimes too. Yes, I said it, masculine. A lot of girls are saying, oh, we got to be feminine, fit, and friendly, but that's what's getting y'all killed. You really think by letting down a guy nicely is going to make him respect you and not try to harm you? I'm not talking about the guys that come to you with a good approach and they can take the social cues and just walk away. But when a man is clearly not taking a hint or refuses to take a hint, and then you're continuously trying to be nice to this guy, they prey on that stuff, and they like to see you like kind of sweat a little bit. So don't do that. Don't let him down nicely at all. Don't be nice about it. If you're not comfortable, make it very, very noticeable to everybody and make a scene if you have to. Don't be quiet. Don't use your inside voice. No, F that.
And when somebody pulled your shoulder, like, okay, you need to come back. I'm not done talking to you. That's exactly what he did. So I said, excuse me, you don't touch me like that. You don't do that shit. Like, that is very disrespectful. Don't touch me. So I immediately just forget about the yogurt and everything, and I start pushing the cart towards the register. He proceeded to follow me to the register, like close to the register, and I was like, dude, what do you want? And he was like, I'm just asking you for your number. So the other guy I saw coming towards us. And I was like, okay, this is not looking good. Let me just leave this shit inside of the grocery store and head to where the security guard is.
I'm so upset that they did this around a child. They have no regard for your children, for your safety. They don't care about your well being. They don't care if you feel safe at the moment. They don't care if their presence alone is making you feel unsafe. Woman, we have to get into the gym. We have to learn boxing. We have to learn martial arts. We have to look tough, feel mentally tough, okay? If you have to look like a bodybuilder, that's what you have to do. But society telling you that men are naturally protector and providers, that was all a lie. They're not protectors, they're not providers. Because somebody who is naturally a protector wouldn't do something like this. They would be self-aware of what they're doing, right? I need you to forget that feminine bullshit. Forget it. Forget it. Because there are moments in your life where you do have to turn up your masculinity. Absolutely. And you have to use bass in your voice. And you have to come off threatening. And you have to let people know that you are willing to go there to protect yourself and protect your loved ones. At the end of the day, I understand her child was there. She probably didn't have any weapons on her to protect herself, right? So she did the best thing that she could. She left her groceries and she went home. I'm just frustrated. I'm just frustrated. Being a woman, I'm just frustrated. But we have to change the narrative. We have to.
So I told the security guard what was going on, and he was like, okay, I will escort you out in a minute. Just stay right here. So he walked up to the guys, and he was like, I don't know what he asked them, but they started laughing. And they was like, look at this mother effing clown trying to question me. That's exactly what they said to the guy, the security. So the security was like, okay, let me escort you out. And he was like, do you want any grocery? I said, no, I don't want any grocery because I just want to go home with my kid because I have my baby. So while he was taking me to my car, the guys, they walked out the store as well, and they started yelling at the security guard. They started calling him out his name, and he was like, don't pay attention to them, because if they come at me, I will be able to protect you and your kid. And I'm so grateful for that security, because he didn't have to, but he did. I ended up being in the car safely, and I pulled off and I drove around a little bit before I had come straight home, because I didn't want nobody to be following me, because I don't know if they was following me or not. But my thing is, why is it so hard for men to take rejection? When a woman says no, why is it so hard for you to respect that shit? Respect when a woman tells you.
Because, love, they're entitled. And they were told from a very early age that they were entitled to a vagina. And, all they had to do was pay a couple bills and they'll have a wife. This whole society is set up to make sure that every man has a wife and a girlfriend or just a sex worker. It's been designed that way. And we're looked at as inferior and weak. What I'm asking you right now, and yes, I'm talking to you, any woman that's listening to this, listen to me when I say this. If you don't remember anything this year, I want this video to change your life. Go to the gym. Get your muscles up. Body build. Learn martial arts. Learn boxing. Become a different version of yourselves. So when people see you and they think that they can just prey on you so easy, they'll think twice. Have a weapon. If you're in a state, get a gun, carry a pepper spray, use a pen, use anything that you can in your disposable as a weapon against any man. Now, obviously, there are certain times when you can avoid situations. I would tell you to run. I would tell you to just avoid it. I would tell you not to go to clubs. I would tell you not to be around men that take drugs and alcohol and they can't control themselves. I would tell you to travel in packs. If you want to go out with your friends, travel in packs. Travel with friends that you trust with your life. That's what I would tell you if you were my daughter. That's what I would tell you if you was my sister. I would tell you that. It's great to be feminine, But there are certain moments a man needs to know that he can be dealt with, that you're not going to go down without a fight. He needs to know that if he decided to prey on somebody that day, that you weren't the one to be preyed on, because you weren't an easy mark, that you were going to fight back, and you were going to make it very known to everybody that this man is putting you in harm's way, and you are more than willing to put him 6 feet under if necessary. So ladies, get your guns, go to the gym, build yourself up mentally, physically, and change the narrative of being the weaker sex. These guys, they're going to clubs, they're drinking lean, they popping pills, they don't have any discipline with semen retention. They are not as strong as they were 30 years ago. This is your time, ladies, if you're listening. Go to the gym. I'm going to the gym. I have plans of seeing a different version of myself. It is still beautiful to be strong. It is okay to have muscles. It's okay for a man to see that you're not just a feminine woman, that you can fight. It is okay. It is not a bad thing. You have this narrative that men are protector and providers, and they're not. Most of these guys that are in jail are men. Most of these men who are rapists are men. Most of these child predators are men. So if these men were natural protectors, how could they be doing the most harm if they're protectors? Ladies, get it through your head. There's no more excuses. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Go to the gym. Get strong. Look muscular. These guys out here, they all look like what's his name? Lil TJ, Lil Baby. They're all skinny. You're telling me you're telling me you can't beat up an average male if you couldn't go to the gym and take protein and build your muscles up and learn some fighting classes. You're telling me you couldn't beat a skinny little twig like that? Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Stop the excuses. Get your weapons up. Look at these state laws. Get your knuckle bracelets. I think it's called knuckle rings, whatever you call them. Prepare for these moments. Prepare for these moments, because with this whole decenter movement, it's going to make a lot of men upset. A lot of men cannot take rejection. A lot of men cannot take rejection. They talk about how we're emotional, but they will kill a woman over her saying no. I just saw a woman in the hospital the other day for saying no to a guy. I just seen a girl from New York. She was a twin. She literally lost her life because she rejected a guy outside of a deli. They cannot handle rejection, ladies. They can't. They were wired to go out in the world and try to dominate women because they cannot dominate each other, especially black men. I don't want to hear the excuses. And then when it really comes down to, yes, you do need to be strong in the gym. You do need to be able to defend yourself. You do need to have weapons to a certain degree. But also, we have to stick together. Like, you shouldn't be going out in the nighttime and you got seven friends. You don't have 7 friends to go out with, right? You should be able to go to the grocery store. When I go to the grocery store, I have something with me, right? I don't go out nowhere without something with me, because I don't expect a man to come save me. I'm my own savior. I'm my own knight in shining armor, ladies. There will be some repercussions of decentering men, and you need to be ready for that. Point blank, period. I'm not taking no excuses this year. Absolutely not.
It's a reason why she said no. She's just not interested. And for her to feel unsafe because she said no, it's crazy. Like, what happened to respecting people's boundaries? What happened to respecting people, period? Why do I have to think about you taking my life because I said no? I just don't understand, y'all. So please, ladies, be safe out there. And men, start acting like men now, please. If a woman says no, respect that. Respect her no. James said that if I wasn't wearing that dress, maybe I wouldn't attract those predators to try and take my baby and myself in the grocery store. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I was wearing that day so you can tell me if it was appropriate or inappropriate, okay? Because I honestly feel like you, James, you are part of the problem. Because what I wear shouldn't be an issue for anybody or give somebody the right to think that they can come and touch me or try and take me away. Okay? So I'm going to show you guys and let me know in the comments if this is not appropriate or if it is appropriate or I'm asking for somebody to touch me. But fun fact, let me tell you something, James. No one have the right to touch anybody. Okay? It doesn't matter what the fuck they wear. You do not have the right to touch anybody. And not because I'm wearing something like this, that doesn't give anyone the right to come and try and take me and my child away. So let me show you guys. So this is the dress that I was wearing. This long dress, summer dress. It is literally long all the way down and cover my feet. So tell me, how does this dress, screaming and calling for attention, please tell me. I stand on what I said. And the only reason why I delete your comment because TikTok saying that our conversation was going against the guidelines and I did not want my video to be deleted. That's the only reason why I deleted your comments and I did not post it up here. But let me make this clear. When a woman tells you no because you're part of the problem, you should respect that. When a woman says no, that shouldn't be her last breath that she take because you decided that your feelings is hurt. When a woman tells you no, her mom and her family members shouldn't be preparing for her funeral. When a woman tells you no, it shouldn't be her fearing of her life if she's going to make it to her car and get home safely. When a woman tells you no, she shouldn't be in the hospital fighting for her fucking life while her sister is dead. Okay? No means no. The trauma and the pain that this situation that left me, it's so surreal. Me scared to step outside. I'm afraid to go to the grocery store, a place where I find it to be fun because I love cooking. And when I go to the store, that is my peace, that is my time that I spend thinking about what I should cook or what I should not cook. Now that is taken away from me because of two men who decided that they want to do whatever they want to do and what their plans is going to be because they target me and my child. I don't feel safe, not even in a freaking grocery store anymore. The place where I felt so safe and so happy, I no longer would feel like that anymore because of that. That happened to me. So what I wear shouldn't matter to you or the people who's like you. Because if you have an issue with what I said, that means you are part of the problem, like I said, and I stand on that. No means no. And I'm going to spend the rest of my life to make sure that I protect other women if I see them outside in danger. I will stand and protect them and make sure that they are safe. Because clearly we can't depend on y'all anymore. We have to start protecting ourselves. No means fucking no. And that's that.
If you made it this far, if you gained anything from this video, improve yourself physically, mentally, for moments like this. Be prepared. I am not going to tell you that if a moment appears where a man makes me feel threatened, that I will make the best decisions. But I also know I'll make better decisions than most people because I'll be preparing for that moment. My whole life, I'll be preparing for that moment if necessary. A lot of y'all haven't even gotten to the start block to even think about what you would do in that situation. You are still thinking that a man is going to put his life on the line to protect you. You're not going to be as lucky as this woman in a lot of cases. That was his job. He was a security guard. So to a certain degree, He helped from the standpoint that he was a security guard and that he was a decent person. But what are the chances if she was in a grocery store without any security that a man would come and sense that there is a situation and come to her rescue? You have to be your own knight in shining armor, especially in this generation of men wanting to do 50-50. How do you expect a bunch of men that want to do 50-50 and expect you to be submissive to nothing will then turn around and put their life on the line to protect you when they can't even feed you? Ooh, I said nothing but the word. Anyways, hopefully you had sense to watch this whole video because it probably could have changed your life. Subscribe and like.